Welcome to video 3 of Respect Your Elders. This series is intended to help newer players gain more success in PlayerUnknown. If you're looking to get to the top 10 more often, win rounds more often, this is probably for you. Please watch videos 1 and 2 in this series. They explain a lot. Videos 2, 3, and 4, and possibly 5 in the series are going to attempt to answer this question I got after posting the first video. Tiny bit of background. I'm not a pro gamer, don't get 22 kills around. But my top 10 rate in Season 2 is over 50%, and in Season 1 I was in the top 50 to 200 rank the entire season. Okay, please watch the first 2 videos in the series. It's going to go over some stuff I've already been over, so I'm going to skip a lot in this video. This video is going to cover a strategy where I jump as far out as possible to get really far away from people. So I've picked my spot, and off we go. Like I talked about in the previous videos, look around when you're jumping. When you're jumping really far out of zone, don't pull your chute early. It's so slow. Just do a normal jump looking at the horizon, 126 kilometers an hour, and get as far away as you can. Looking around pays off here. There's a guy that ends up right behind me. I had a better jump than he did. He ends up bugging out here and running away. Which is what I would do if I was in his shoes. He makes a smart play here, because I'm going to get to buildings faster than he will, and I would have shot him in the face. I talked about how to loot in a previous video. You can see that I'm staying crouched almost all the time, muffling my footsteps. But we're going to skip over this. Please watch video 2. I go over this in more detail. But I end up looting the whole complex quietly and getting out of here and looking for a car. When you're doing this strategy to jump as far away from everybody else, it hinges on you being able to find a car. If you don't find a car, you're probably going to die. So we find a car, and we're going to drive further away. I'm in 30 seconds, you say, till zone? We're going to go get a bunch of health packs and more gear. Because we've got a car, the only thing we have to be afraid of driving this far out is crashing the car. Don't crash the car. Skipping a lot of looting here. When I'm done with that, we're moving out just before the zone gets to us. That's fairly important. You don't want to be looting in the zone unless you're kind of closer to it. Since the circle's at military base on this round, I have to use the car to find a boat. But that's pretty easy. There's usually a lot of boats. Able to easily find a boat on the coast, and we're going to drive out into the ocean. If our health gets too low, we'll use one of our health packs, and we'll move on in. Now this is when it gets interesting. We want to leave the boat pretty far away from where we're going to come out of the water. And I'm going to wait for zone to see exactly where it's going to go. So I get out of the boat, I climb up on the rocks here, and just in case there's some random person on top of these cliffs that heard me drive up in the boat this far out, we're going to aim up at the hill and make sure he doesn't just randomly see us here and shoot us. Right here you can see that the zone moves in and I need to go. I'm going to swim it. So I'm quiet. People love to camp the backside of the military base over here by the rocks and catch people coming in. When I get here, I see a boat, so I swim underwater. I'm pretty sure there's somebody camping the rocks back here. So we're going to try and outmaneuver them by being more patient than they are. And just wait. See if we can get them to walk in front of us here. I get a little impatient here, but this guy was more impatient. He was camping the rocks. He was waiting for us, but because we didn't drive the boat up, he didn't hear us. And instead of getting killed, we get a turkey shoot easy kill here because he has no cover on the beach. I go ahead and loot this guy. If there's somebody behind me, he's going to kill me. I might as well get the loot and risk it. Moving up to these houses, I try and keep trees in between me and the buildings. I'm moving relatively quickly. When I find I can't really go left here, and I have to kind of go straight in and no cover. I think about crawling for a minute. Once I've done this for a second, I realize I'm a sitting duck. I'm going to get up and go and run. Once I actually get to cover here, I slow down again. In my second video, I talk a lot about stealth is safety and speed is safety. So this is where, you know, once you've used speed as safety to get to cover, then turn stealth back on. I've heard some shots as I've been coming in, so I'm pretty sure that they're not in the back buildings, so I'm not going to clear those. And I'm going to go ahead and move up to the big building because I think I hear shots coming from there. Still staying low, still staying very quiet, peeking in windows where I can. Hear a bunch more shots here. I'm pretty sure there's either 1 or 2 guys in this building or right in front of it. We've only had to fight 1 person and there's only 9 people alive. My spidey sense goes off here and I see a guy flanking me. Always watch your flanks. So because that guy's flanking me and the zone's coming in, I have to move up, but I do so very quietly, and my quiet movement for the last minute pays off with an easy kill. Right here I throw the round away. I think the zone's going to push me out in front of this wall, so I just move up. It actually doesn't here. I could have stayed behind the wall and I might have lived. I run for the only cover that's available right here. Unfortunately, the guy behind me that's flanking me is shooting at me, and there's a guy to my right that I didn't see who then immediately kills me. So, number 4. Thank you for watching. The upcoming videos are going to have more aggressive solo play styles included in them, as well as a video that explains how I'm getting 100+ frames per second in the game. That's been a big request. Thank you so much.